Hey friends, Dr. Rob here. How in the world are you? I trust you're doing great. What I'm about to share with you, out of all the research I've ever done, which has been a lot, is probably my favorite research study ever. Now, I didn't do the study, but I discovered the study and I've been talking about it for a long time because it makes a difference. Hey, if you watched last week's vlog, then you know what we're talking about this week, and it has to do with the positive feedback that we went to last week. If you didn't, go back and watch that, download that template for last week, that checklist on how to give positive reinforcement, positive reactions, and how that helps you and what you're trying to do and accomplish with other people. But this week, let me tell you about a story, a study. Two guys, Robert Lemons at UC Davis, Mike McCullough at SMU a long time ago. They were trying to figure out what makes people happy. And they couldn't figure out what makes people happy, but what they did figure out was that all the happy people they were interviewing had one thing in common. They were all thankful. And so then they wanted to do a study. Well, if we make people more thankful, do they by default become more happy? So here's what they did. They did a research study. They invited 300 participants. It was a paid study. Basically, it goes like this. If you responded to the study, you came in, you took some tests, some studies, some indices. You're basically saying, okay, here's my personality type. Here's if I'm happy, if I'm not happy. You just took a bunch of those. And then they gave you a diary and they said, hey, everyone go home and fill out the diary for 6 months and then come back. We're going to give you all of the same tests and we're going to find out if there was any change based on you keeping a diary. Everyone said, okay, sounds great. But here's how they tricked people. What they said is, you know, I got 300 people here. I'll tell you what, 100 of you, you go in that room over there, and 100 of you, you just stay right here in this room, and 100 people, you go in that room over there. And they went into the first room. They go, hey, it's just what we said. You've taken all the tests and the surveys today and all the indexes, and so go home for 6 months and just keep a diary, write dear diary. You got to do it every day. Come back in 6 months. We'll give you some more tests, and we'll give you the money. And they go, okay, sounds good. They went into the second room, and they went, wow, life is hard, isn't it? There's so many unfair things that happen in life, so many negative things. I mean, just look at the world today and the mess we're in. So for the next 6 months, what we want you to do is just look at everything that you can and see all the things that just aren't fair, that aren't right, and then write those in your diary every day and come back in 6 months. And the people go, okay. They go over into the last room and they go like, friends, life is awesome, isn't it? We have so much to be thankful for, but we miss it because we're not watching out for it. So for the next 6 months, what we need you to do every single day is we need you to look for things to be thankful for. It might be the way somebody else is treating someone. It might be for the beautiful day. It might be something that people are doing to make their world better. But you just look for things every day that you can be thankful for. Write them in your diary every day and then come back in 6 months, okay? Okay. So that's what the study was. They had 3 different groups of people. 6 months later, everyone returned. Unbeknownst to the people in the study, they took all their diaries from them and they said, thank you very much. And they just got rid of them. They threw them away. But what they did is they took the same exact survey they had the first time, and it ended up to be the perfect test group, because that first group that all they did is write Dear Diary, there were no statistical differences in any category. So they knew right away that just keeping a diary didn't really make the difference. But what did they keep the diary on or about? The second group, the group who was looking for the negative things in life, they had gained more weight, they had missed more days of work, they had taken more medication, they reported that they were more repressed, they had become recluse, they had stopped going out and doing as much with friends. All these negative things happened in their life when they started focusing on the negative. But the real key was the last group. It's unbelievable. As a matter of fact, I don't want to mess this up, and so let me grab the research for you because it's truly, truly amazing what happened. Here's what they found on the last group. They had higher levels of alertness, enthusiasm, determination, optimism, and energy. In addition to that, the gratitude group experienced less depression, less stress, they were more likely to help others, they exercised more regularly, and they made more progress towards their personal goals. According to the findings, the people who feel grateful were also more likely to feel loved. It made a huge difference. So here's what you got to do. Download this week's freebie. You'll see that I've put together something that you can do for 1 week that's going to make a difference in your life, that you become more thankful. And as soon as you become more thankful and more positive, it makes a difference in the way that you try to build positivity and help people in their lives. This is a great leadership practice. It's a great human being practice. Hey, this is Dr. Rob. Thanks for listening.